The restraining order paperwork feels heavy in my hands, heavier than paper should. 3 pages that mean my sister Melissa can't come within 500 feet of me, my husband Daniel, or our home in Tulsa. 3 pages that represent the complete destruction of the only family I had left. 3 pages that prove I'm the worst kind of fool, the kind who nearly lost everything because I couldn't see what was right in front of me. Daniel's in the garage working on his motorcycle, giving me space to process what just happened. Even now, after everything Melissa put him through, he's still thinking about what I need. Meanwhile, I spent the last 18 months defending a woman who was actively trying to destroy my marriage. It started when Melissa showed up at our door last spring, fresh off her 3rd divorce. She had that look she always gets when life hasn't gone her way. Part victim, part warrior, ready to blame the world for her choices. I should have recognized the pattern, should have remembered how she operated. But she was my baby sister, and when she stood there with her 2 suitcases and trembling lip, all I could think about was protecting her. "Todd was abusive," she said, collapsing into my arms. "Emotionally, financially, you name it. I finally got the courage to leave." I brought her inside, made her tea, set her up in our guest room. Daniel came home from work to find us on the couch, Melissa's head in my lap while I stroked her hair like when we were kids. "Of course you can stay," he said without hesitation. "Stay as long as you need." That's Daniel. 10 years of marriage and he still puts my family first, even when they don't deserve it. Even when they're about to repay his kindness by trying to seduce him. The first few weeks were actually nice. Melissa helped around the house, cooked elaborate dinners, seemed genuinely grateful. She'd lost weight since her divorce, started dressing better, doing her hair. I was happy to see her taking care of herself. Daniel was his usual welcoming self, including her in our routines, our inside jokes, our life. "Your husband's amazing," Melissa said one night while we cleaned up after dinner. Daniel was in the living room watching the game. "Todd never helped with anything. Never asked about my day, never looked at me the way Daniel looks at you." I smiled, a little too proud. "I got lucky." "No," she said, and something in her tone should have warned me. "Daniel got lucky. Most women wouldn't appreciate a man like him. They'd find him boring." "Daniel's not boring." I didn't say he was. I said most women would think so, but not me. I mean, not you. She laughed, but it sounded forced. "I just mean you're perfect for each other." The comments started small, little observations about our marriage that seemed supportive on the surface but left me feeling unsettled. She'd point out how Daniel always checked with me before making plans. "It's sweet how he asks permission for everything." She'd notice when he went to bed early. "Married men and their bedtimes, right?" She'd comment on our date nights. "Every Friday? Doesn't that get repetitive?" I defended our routines, our connection, our choices, but her words started seeping in like water through cracks. Was Daniel too predictable? Were we stuck in a rut? Was I one of those wives who'd turned her husband into a trained puppy? "You know what your problem is?" Melissa said one afternoon. We were at the kitchen table, sharing a bottle of wine while Daniel was at work. "You've never experienced real passion, real lose-your-mind, can't-think-straight passion." I love Daniel. Love and passion aren't the same thing. When's the last time he surprised you? Really surprised you? When's the last time you felt butterflies? We've been married 10 years. Butterflies fade. That's normal. Is it? Or is it just what boring people tell themselves? She poured more wine, her eyes bright with something I should have recognized as malice. "Todd used to grab me in the kitchen and kiss me like the world was ending, just because. When's the last time Daniel did that?" Daniel shows love differently. Right, by fixing the dishwasher, by mowing the lawn exactly diagonal every Saturday, by asking if you need anything from the store. She laughed, but it was sharp. "God, Harper, you're 35, not dead. Don't you want more? I have everything I need." Need and want aren't the same thing. You know what I think? I think you're scared. Scared that if you admit you want passion, excitement, spontaneity, you'll have to face the fact that you married the wrong man. I didn't marry the wrong man. Then why are you drinking wine with me at 2 in the afternoon instead of being with him? Why are you sitting here listening to me talk about passion with that look in your eyes? What look? Hunger, she said simply. You're starving, Harper. And you don't even know it. I drained my glass, her words burning more than the alcohol. That night, when Daniel came home with flowers, grocery store carnations because it was Tuesday and they were on sale, I found myself comparing them to the phantom roses Todd apparently used to bring Melissa. When he kissed my cheek and asked about my day, I thought about kitchen kisses that felt like the world ending. When he suggested we watch the news before bed, our usual routine, I heard Melissa's voice, married men and their bedtimes. Actually, I said, maybe we could do something different tonight. Daniel looked surprised, but pleased. Sure, what did you have in mind? I didn't have anything in mind. That was the problem. We'd built our life on routines, on knowing what came next. Spontaneity required imagination I'd let atrophy. Never mind, I said. The news is fine. He studied me. Is everything okay? You've seemed distracted since Melissa moved in. Just adjusting. It's been a long time since I've lived with my sister. If it's too much... No, it's fine. She needs us. But even as I said it, I wondered who really needed whom. Because Melissa's words were working their poison, making me question everything I'd built with Daniel, making me see predictability where I used to see stability, making me feel hunger where I used to feel satisfied. I should have shut her down, should have defended my marriage, my husband, my life. Instead, I found myself thinking about her words that night when Daniel kissed me goodnight at exactly 10:30, like always. The real trouble started about 2 months into her stay. I came home from my shift at the hospital to find Melissa and Daniel in the kitchen, laughing about something. She was wearing a dress I'd never seen before, red, tight, the kind of thing you'd wear to a cocktail party, not a Tuesday afternoon at home. Harper! She jumped up, swaying slightly. Danny and I were just talking about you. Danny. No one called him Danny except his mother. I was telling him about that time in college when you dated that guy with the motorcycle. What was his name? Brett? Brad, I said, setting down my purse. That was a million years ago. She was wild back then, Melissa told Daniel, touching his arm. Nothing like now. You domesticated her. Daniel moved away from her touch, came to kiss me hello. How was work? Long, I'm going to shower. In the bathroom, I tried to wash away the weird feeling. So what if Melissa was a little drunk on a Tuesday? So what if she'd dressed up? She was going through a divorce, trying to feel good about herself. The fact that she'd been alone with my husband meant nothing. Daniel would never, and Melissa would never. Except she would, and she was. The attempts became bolder. She'd walk around in towels that barely covered her. She'd ask Daniel to help her with things that didn't need help, hanging pictures, moving furniture, fixing her laptop. She'd touch him constantly, his shoulder, his back, his hand. Always in front of me, always playful enough to seem innocent. Your sister's being weird, Daniel said one night in bed. Weird? How? He hesitated. Just friendly. Really friendly. She's always been touchy-feely. That's just Melissa. It's making me uncomfortable. I should have listened, should have taken his discomfort seriously. Instead, I got defensive. She's going through a hard time. She's lonely. Don't make it into something it's not. I'm not making it into anything. I'm telling you how I feel. And I'm telling you, you're overreacting. God, Daniel, not every woman who's nice to you wants to sleep with you. He didn't say anything else, just turned off his light and rolled away from me. I lay there in the dark, anger and guilt churning in my stomach. Why was I defending Melissa? Why was I dismissing Daniel's feelings? Because somewhere in my mind her voice had taken root. Boring, predictable, Domesticated. The next morning, I found them in the kitchen. Melissa was wearing one of Daniel's old college t-shirts. She'd claimed she'd run out of clean clothes. It hit her mid-thigh and she wasn't wearing anything underneath it. I knew because she was reaching for a mug on the top shelf, the shirt riding up to reveal everything. "Morning, sis." She turned, clutching the mug, pressing it against her chest. "Danny was just making his amazing coffee." "I don't know how you let him out of bed in the mornings." Daniel's face was red. He was staring determinedly at the coffee maker, his jaw tight. "Melissa, go put on some clothes," I said. "Oh, relax. We're all family here. It's not like Danny hasn't seen a woman's body before." She hip-checked him playfully as she passed. "Though, probably not one this good in a while, right?" "That's enough," Daniel said sharply. Melissa's eyes widened in fake innocence. "What?" "I'm just joking. Harper knows I'm kidding. Don't you, Harper?" I stood there, frozen between loyalty to my sister and fury at her disrespect. The silence stretched until Daniel set down his coffee mug with enough force to slosh liquid onto the counter. "I'll be in the garage," he said. "Let me know when she's dressed." After he left, Melissa laughed. "God, he's uptight. How do you stand it?" A fresh wave of fury washed over me. "How dare you?" I started, but she cut me off. "How dare I what? Make a joke? Wear a t-shirt in my own home?" "This isn't your home." "It's mine and Daniel's." "Right, which you've made abundantly clear. Can't use the good towels, can't play music after 9, can't breathe without permission from King Daniel." "He's been nothing but kind to you." "Has he? Or has he been tolerating me because he has to? You know what I see when I look at your husband? A man who's given up, who goes through the motions, who probably hasn't had a spontaneous thought in years." "Stop it!" "The saddest part is you can't see it. You're so deep in suburban hell that you think this is happiness. Scheduled sex on Saturdays, missionary position, lights off, 5 minutes of, get out." "What?" "Get dressed and get out. Find somewhere else to stay today." She softened immediately, tears filling her eyes. "Harper, I'm sorry. I'm being horrible. It's just seeing you two together, so stable, so perfect. It reminds me of everything I don't have, everything I ruined with Todd." "That's not my fault." I know. I'm projecting. I'm jealous. You have this amazing husband who adores you, and I'm alone at 33 with 3 failed marriages." She collapsed into a chair, sobbing. "I'm so broken, Harper. So completely broken. And being here, seeing what real love looks like, it's killing me." And just like that, my anger evaporated. This was my baby sister, the girl I'd protected from our father's drunken rages, the teenager I'd taught to drive, the woman who'd held my hand through my miscarriage 5 years ago, the one even Daniel didn't know about. "Hey," I said, sitting beside her, "you're not broken." "I am. I destroy everything I touch. Even now I'm causing problems between you and Daniel. Maybe I should just leave." "No, stay. I'll talk to Daniel. He'll understand." But he didn't understand. That night after Melissa apologized to him, wearing actual clothes this time, he pulled me aside. "She needs to go, Harper. She apologized. She's going through a lot. I don't care what she's going through. She's disrespecting our marriage, and you're letting her. That's not fair." "Isn't it? Your sister walked into our kitchen practically naked, made sexual comments about me, about our sex life, and you're still defending her." "She's family. I'm your family. I'm your husband. When did I become less important than her?" The question hung between us, and I couldn't answer it. Because the truth was too ugly to say out loud. Melissa had made me doubt everything about our life together, and some part of me needed her to be right, needed to believe that my restlessness was Daniel's fault, not mine. The situation exploded on the 4th of July. We were hosting a barbecue, friends and neighbors filling our backyard. Melissa had volunteered to help, but she'd started drinking early. By the time guests arrived, she was already tipsy, her voice too loud, her laugh too sharp. She'd dressed for attention: white sundress, no bra, red lipstick that left marks on every glass she touched. But it was Daniel she focused on, following him around, bringing him drinks, touching his chest when she laughed at his jokes. "Your sister's all over your husband," my friend Catherine whispered. "Are you seeing this?" I was seeing it. Everyone was seeing it. But I just smiled and said, "She's drunk. She gets affectionate when she drinks." The breaking point came when Daniel was at the grill. I was in the kitchen getting more burger buns when I heard her through the window. "You know, Danny, if Harper doesn't appreciate what she has, someone else will." "Melissa, you need to stop." "Stop what?" "Telling the truth. Look at you. Strong, stable, sexy. And what does she do? Takes you for granted. Treats you like furniture. You're drunk." "And you're wrong. Harper and I are fine." "Are you?" "When's the last time she looked at you the way I'm looking at you right now?" I couldn't see them from where I stood, but I heard Daniel's response clear as day. "Melissa, I need you to understand something. I love my wife. Only my wife. Whatever you think is happening here, it's not. And if you can't respect my marriage, you can't stay in my house." "Your house?" I thought it was Harper's house too. Or does she need your permission for that as well? I walked outside then, buns forgotten. Melissa was pressed against Daniel, her hand on his chest. He was holding her wrist, trying to create distance without making a scene. "Everything okay?" I asked. Melissa spun around, stumbling slightly. "Perfect! Just telling Danny what an amazing cook he is. You're so lucky, Harper. So lucky." I should have ended it there. Should have taken her inside, packed her things, sent her to a hotel. Instead, I did what I always did, made excuses. "Let's get you some water," I said, leading her away. "I don't need water. I need someone to appreciate me, really see me, the way Danny sees you." The party continued, but the atmosphere had shifted. People left early. Daniel cleaned up in silence. Melissa passed out on the couch, her dress hiked up, lipstick smeared. "She needs to go," Daniel said when we were finally alone. "She's drunk." She didn't mean anything by it. "Harper." He looked at me with such disappointment. "She propositioned me, at our party, in our backyard, while you were 20 feet away. She's going through a divorce." "Stop. Just stop. I've been patient. I've been understanding. But your sister is trying to sleep with me and you keep defending her. What is going on with you?" I didn't have an answer. Couldn't explain why I was protecting someone who was obviously trying to hurt us. All I knew was that Melissa's voice in my head had gotten louder than Daniel's voice in our bedroom. "Fine," I said. "I'll talk to her tomorrow." But I didn't, because Melissa woke up full of apologies and tears. She blamed the alcohol, the divorce, the stress. She promised to do better, to respect boundaries, to be the sister I deserved. And I believed her. Or wanted to believe her. Or was too much of a coward to do what needed to be done. Over the next week, she seemed to try. She dressed appropriately, kept her distance from Daniel, helped around the house without complaint. I started to relax, to think maybe the worst was over. Daniel remained wary, but he stopped asking when she was leaving. Then I found her phone. She'd left it on the bathroom counter, screen up, messages visible. I wasn't snooping out at first, but the preview of her text conversation caught my eye. "He's weakening. Give me another week." I picked up the phone. The thread was with someone named Marcus. "How's Operation Suburban Husband going?" he'd asked. "Slow. He's stupidly loyal, but the wife is helping without knowing it." "What do you mean?" "I've got her doubting their whole perfect life. She's defending me over him. It's beautiful. She's basically handing him to me. You're evil?" "I'm practical. Why should she have everything? The house, the husband, the stability. She was always the good one, the favorite. Time for baby sister to get her turn. What if it doesn't work? It'll work. I know exactly what buttons to push. Harper's always been insecure under all that good girl BS. And Daniel, he's a man. They all break eventually. My hands shook as I scrolled up, reading more. The naked kitchen thing was genius. You should have seen his face. Did he look? Of course he looked. He's married, not dead. And Harper just stood there, paralyzed. I almost felt bad for her. Almost. You're really going through with this? I've destroyed 3 marriages, might as well make it 4. Besides, Daniel's exactly what I need. Stable, loyal, good credit score. He'll make an excellent 4th husband. What about Harper? What about her? She made her choice when she defended me over him. She's practically gift-wrapping him for me. I set the phone down, my whole body cold. This wasn't pain or loneliness or divorce trauma. This was calculated destruction. And I'd enabled every step. I found Melissa in the guest room packing a suitcase. Going somewhere? My voice sounded strange, distant. She spun around, smiled brightly. Just organizing. This room is so cute, but I brought too much stuff. I saw your phone. The smile flickered but held. Oh? Did someone call? Marcus texted. Now the smile died. She straightened, and for the first time since she'd arrived, I saw my sister clearly. Not the victim, not the lost soul, but the predator she'd always been. So, she said, dropping all pretense. What are you going to do, Harper? Run to Daniel? Tell him what he already knows? That I want him? You're sick. No, I'm realistic. You have what I want. You've always had what I wanted. The stable home growing up. Oh yes, Dad was much worse after you left for college. The good grades, the scholarship, the perfect husband. Well, guess what? It's my turn. Daniel would never. Wouldn't he? You've been pushing him away for months, dismissing his concerns, choosing me over him again and again. How long do you think a man stays loyal to a wife who clearly doesn't value him? Get out. Make me? Go ahead, cause a scene. Let Daniel see you hysterical, throwing out your poor, abused sister. I'll cry, he'll comfort me, and the cycle continues. She was right. I'd let her manipulate the situation so thoroughly that even the truth would look like paranoia, but I had her phone. I had the evidence. I'll show him the texts. What texts? She grabbed her phone and I watched her delete the entire conversation. You mean the texts that don't exist? The ones you imagined because you're jealous of your younger, prettier sister? I know what I saw. Do you? Or are you so desperate to blame someone else for your boring marriage that you're making things up? That night I tried to tell Daniel, showed him where the texts had been, explained what I'd read. He listened, his face growing more concerned with each word. So you went through her phone, he said when I finished. That's what you're focused on? Daniel, she admitted she's trying to steal you. According to texts that no longer exist. She deleted them. Harper, he rubbed his face. I believe she's inappropriate. I've said that from the beginning. But this conspiracy theory about her planning to marry me, that sounds crazy? I wasn't going to say that. But you're thinking it. I'm thinking we need her out of our house. Today, whether she's plotting something or just has bad boundaries, she needs to go. But when we went to confront her together, Melissa was ready. She cried. She apologized for making me so uncomfortable that I'd violate her privacy. She said the divorce had made her act out, made her test boundaries she shouldn't test. She promised to find her own place immediately. I never meant to come between you two, she said, tears streaming down her face. Harper, you're my sister. I love you. I would never intentionally hurt you or try to... God, I can't even say it. Steal your husband? Do you really think so little of me? And despite everything, despite the texts I'd seen with my own eyes, I found myself wavering. This was my sister, my blood, the person who'd been there through every major moment of my life. Just be gone by the weekend, I said. Daniel looked at me in disbelief. Harper dash. She said she'll go. That's what matters. But Melissa didn't go. Not that weekend or the next. There was always an excuse. Apartments fell through. Her credit was bad from the divorce. She needed just a little more time. The final straw came 2 weeks later. I'd gotten called in for an emergency surgery, left the house at midnight. The operation took longer than expected, and I didn't get home until almost 7 in the morning. Exhausted, I trudged upstairs, wanting nothing more than to crawl into bed with Daniel. Our bedroom door was closed, which was odd. Daniel always left it open when I worked nights. Said he slept better hearing me come home. I pushed it open quietly, not wanting to wake him. Melissa was in our bed. She was on my side, wearing one of my nightgowns, curled up like she belonged there. Daniel was on his side, facing away from her, clearly asleep. But the sight of her there, in my spot, in my clothes, in my marriage, finally broke through whatever spell I'd been under. "Get up," I said. She stirred, stretched like a cat. "Oh, Harper, you're home early." "Get up." Daniel woke then, confused, saw Melissa beside him and jumped out of bed like it was on fire. "What the hell? Harper, I went to bed alone." "I know," I said, keeping my eyes on Melissa. "Get out of my bed. Get out of my room. Get out of my house." She sat up slowly, smirking. "I had a nightmare." Didn't want to sleep alone. Danny didn't even notice when I climbed in. Some protector he is. "Don't call him Danny. Don't speak to him. Don't look at him. You have 10 minutes to pack your things." "Harper, come on. You're being dramatic." 9 minutes. She must have seen something in my face because the smirk faded. "You're really kicking me out? Your own sister? Over this jealous paranoia?" 8 minutes. She left in 7, throwing her things into garbage bags, muttering about ungrateful family and controlling husbands. Daniel called the police when she refused to get out of the driveway, sitting in her car, laying on the horn. They made her leave, but she came back the next day. And the next. Standing on our lawn, screaming about women who don't appreciate good men, leaving voicemails about how Daniel deserved better, sending texts about how I was just like our mother, choosing men over family, creating fake social media accounts to message Daniel about what he was missing. That's when we got the restraining order. Now I sit in my kitchen, paperwork complete, sister gone, marriage intact but damaged. Daniel comes in from the garage, grease under his fingernails, worry in his eyes. "You okay?" "No," I admit. "I'm not. I almost lost you because I couldn't see what she was doing. Or I could see it but didn't want to admit it. I don't know which is worse." He sits beside me, takes my hand. "You didn't almost lose me." "I wasn't going anywhere." "You had every right to. I dismissed your feelings. I defended her over you. I let her disrespect our marriage for months." "Yeah," he says simply. "You did." The honesty hurts, but I need it. Need to face what I allowed to happen. "Why?" I ask. "Why did I do that?" "I think that's something you need to figure out." "Maybe with a therapist, maybe on your own. But Harper, this can't happen again. I won't live in a marriage where I come second to people who want to hurt us." "I know, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry." "I know you are." But sorry doesn't fix the last 4 months. Sorry doesn't erase the times you chose her over me. Sorry, he took a breath, doesn't make me forget waking up with your sister in our bed. We sit in silence, the weight of my choices heavy between us. Outside, life goes on. Neighbors mowing lawns, kids playing, normal marriages having normal problems. Not wives who nearly lost everything because they couldn't recognize a predator in sister's clothing. "I love you," I say finally. "I love you too. But love isn't enough if there's no trust. And right now, I don't trust you to protect us, to protect what we've built." He's right. Trust isn't rebuilt with apologies or promises. It's rebuilt with actions, with choices, with time. Time to prove that I can be the partner he deserves, The wife who puts her marriage first. The woman who doesn't need her toxic sister whispering poison in her ear to feel alive. Melissa's blocked on everything now. Phone, email, social media. The restraining order means she can't come near us, can't contact us, can't try to destroy what she couldn't have. But the damage she did, the damage I let her do, that's going to take longer to heal. Daniel stands, kisses my forehead. I'm going to shower. Then maybe we can talk about counseling. For us, I mean. To work through this. I'd like that, I say. He heads upstairs and I stay at the table, staring at the restraining order. 3 pages that represent my biggest failure as a wife. 3 pages that prove I'm capable of betraying the person I love most, not with my body but with my loyalty. My phone buzzes. Unknown number. I almost don't answer, but something makes me pick up. I hope you're happy, Melissa's voice calling from someone else's phone. You chose him over your own blood. When he gets bored with you, and he will, don't come crying to me. He's not the one who got bored, I say. I did. I got bored, and instead of talking to my husband about it, I let you poison our marriage. That's on me, not him. I was trying to help you see. You weren't trying to help. You were trying to steal my husband, and I almost let you. Not because Daniel's boring or our marriage is dead, but because you knew exactly where to find the cracks. And I let you dig. Harper Dash. Lose this number. Lose every number. If I see you again, I'll call the police. Family's over, Melissa. You made sure of that. I hang up. Block this number, too. Upstairs, I hear the shower running. Daniel washing away another day of dealing with my mistakes. Patient, steady Daniel, who deserves better than a wife who needed a restraining order to choose him over chaos. But I'm going to do better. Starting now, starting today, I'm going to earn back what I nearly threw away. Not with grand gestures or dramatic promises, but with small daily choices. Choosing him. Choosing us. Choosing the life we built over the destruction Melissa offered. The restraining order sits on the table. Not just a warning, but a symbol. A symbol of the line I should have drawn months ago. I fold it carefully and file it away. Not to forget, but to remember. Upstairs, the shower turns off. In a minute, Daniel will come down and we'll start the hard work of rebuilding. It won't be easy. Trust never is once it's broken. But we've got 10 years of foundation under us, and that has to count for something. My sister tried to destroy my marriage, and I let her, but not anymore, not ever again. Some lessons you only need to learn once, and this one nearly cost me everything. Daniel doesn't trust me completely right now, but he's giving me the chance to earn it back. That's more than I deserve and exactly what I need. I pour 2 cups of coffee and wait for my husband to come downstairs. We've got a lot to talk about, a lot to work through. But for the first time in 4 months, I'm not listening to anyone's voice but his and mine, and the truth that speaks louder than any sister's poison. Some things are worth fighting for, even when the enemy is your own family, even when the enemy is yourself.